like the most straight that ever straighted edge. But today, for you guys.
I
Uh,
guess my first question for you, Rico, like just doing all the stuff you've been doing this year, from Tomo-chan to all the cons you've been going to, the Blue Lock, like how's that been for you this year?
I it's been a lot. When I look at my calendar, I don't know if you guys use Google Calendar. That's been the way that I've been able to focus on my life. My brother, both he and I grapple with attention deficit. I won't say disorder, but like definitely like a flighty sense of like focus. And ever since I started using Google Calendars, I like will look back, like just wheel my mouse back and look at all the months, dude. The colors. It's like a rainbow of just like every week was so much stuff. And I don't really take the time to reflect too much on the things I've been doing, man. But the fact that you just asked that question, it makes me think already of all the things about to come for Blue Lock. We got a new season, new movie. My Hero obviously is like approaching what is going to be a finale. Dr. Stone is finished, but it's still cranking. All the video games. I've been working on so many video games, you guys, and I can't talk about really any of them yet. But it is so exciting. My buddy J. Michael Tatum just got announced as Sid in the Final Fantasy
Oh yeah,
remake,
yeah.
which I was like, oh, dude,
I
it's
think Yuri's also Vincent, right?
yeah. Oh, was it Matt or is it
Oh no,
Yuri?
Matt Mercer. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, Matt
Matt.
Mercer. I'm
Matt's.
sorry.
Yeah, it's
He
like
got Spider-Man.
no, dude. Yeah, Matt Mercer's play. Yes, thank you. And they just had the voiceover awards last night. Like, I feel very. I don't know what timeline that this is exactly, but I'm really enjoying all the games and anime and things that are happening, and the fact that I can participate in this way and be involved in like so many things. Uh, it is definitely scratching that ADHD itch. I'm like, yes. I'm like, however, I will admit, yeah, it can be at times a little overwhelming. I just don't ever have clean laundry. You guys understand. Are you rolling, Bo? Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah. Like I said, I've been following you for a while now. And just seeing the growth of your career, it's insane. Like the last time we spoke in my podcast, man, like I can't believe like how far you've come, man. And just going to Japan and all of that, that's freaking amazing.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I don't know. I'm coming to realize more and more, just to get a little philosophical for a second. It's like life is what you make of it. Like I didn't have to go on that Japan trip, but I was like, you know what? I've been trying to work toward this for a while. Let's do it. And I come from pretty humble means. I'm like second generation, United Statesian. My parents immigrated here, and it's kind of like a very close to the chest, like just kind of, work a 9 to 5, save up your money, do the things kind of very regimented. And so to do an artistic career at all was like a big gamble. I may have told you this before. Like when I told my grandma I was going to be an actor, she was like, "Why are you trying to hurt the family?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, grandma, I'm not trying to hurt the family." But only in hindsight, rest your soul, grandma. We doing this for you. But like I reflect on everything, and it's bonkers, man. You really can just. There's so many things that I've seen the infancy of. We just brought up Matt Mercer. I remember back at Funimation Halls when he's like, "Hey, I got this idea for a thing. We're gonna start recording like our Dungeons and Dragons playthroughs, Critical Role, right?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's a great idea." Years later, here we are, right? It's massive. You're just what was the shoot? Just the beginnings of things. It's really humbling, man, because it's like if there's something that you want to do, even oh my God, your podcast, man, literally like I remember the beginning of it, and like watching things grow and flower over time is really exciting. So I don't know. Before I get super sentimental, I'll punt to you for whatever next question. But yeah, it's been wild, man, and there's a lot more coming, a lot more coming.
I wanted to ask you, like, since the directors of Blue Lock are here, what's your thoughts on that? I haven't gotten into Blue Lock yet. I know I should.
All good. Oh, dude, you know what, Ricky, at this point, like, it's one of the things, there's so much content out there. The one thing I worry about is like, not worry, but I think about is community. Have you played Baldur's Gate 3?
I know what it is. I have a
It's
cousin
okay.
who keeps telling me to play it. I'm not a big PC gamer.
All good. No worries. The reason why I bring it up is because I've played over like 100 hours of that recently. I dumped a ton of time into it, and I'm like immersed in that world, right? So anyone else that plays that game, I have a connection to. You just mentioned Blue Lock, right? There's some folks who are like, absolutely can't wait. Like, that's my jam. There is so much content out right now that I'm finding it kind of almost hard sometimes to connect with certain folks because we're all in line with different media. Do you know what I mean? And at the heart of things, I want to believe that the art that I make is like kind of bringing people together and having something to kind of talk about and rally around. But at this point, when you said you haven't seen Blue Lock, I'm like, don't worry, it will find you at some point, and you will, because the really great art, you know what I mean? Like it speaks for itself, and I feel like people find the art they need at different times. You know what I mean?
It's a good thing you bring that up because one of my friends who is watching Blue Lock, they're like, dude, there's this character that's kind of like based off of Aaron, and he that kind of like drew my attention, right? So
Interesting.
yeah,
What was the character's name?
I don't know. It was like he has like triangles or stars under his eyes, and like he kind of looks like he's based off of.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
So I don't know who it is,
Oh,
but
I know who you're talking about. That would be for the people out there that watch Bullock. It's Reen. Reen. He is, yes, he's very much a Titan-y, which I don't know if you know this, but I think maybe we talked about this. The creator for Attack on Titan, Hajime Isayama, their assistant made Blue Lock.
oh,
So yeah, the person who was involved in Blue Lock, who made Blue Lock, was heavily involved with Titan. So whenever you see Isagi start to imagine, uh, how to devour. He talks about devouring other players and devouring their skill to become better. Um, you'll see little nods of literally devouring, eating eating their skill. It's pretty cool. But yeah, the directors, I think it's the animators, right? I'm not sure if the director's here, but is he here? Is the director here?
I think there's
Oh, the animators, yes. I thought, yeah, the animator. No, it's all good. I was like, what? Because I did get to meet Ura-chan, who plays Isagi in the Japanese in New York, which was awesome. And it's so cool to hear his energy, and we both were just like, yeah. It's so fun to be working on a role, like share a role like that. Um, yeah, and again, coming back from Japan, man, and getting uh, to meet the Japanese voice for Junichiro in Tomo-chan, Ishikawa Kaito. Like, it's so fun to meet these people who, since I was a kid, I was listening to, reading the subs, listening to Japanese voice, and now here I am, getting to interact with them and create roles together, like concurrently, instead of kind of just, when I was younger, it felt like it was a further off thing. Does that make sense?
yeah.
But yeah, I feel like the world is a little closer now, I guess. Yeah.
Were you pretty intimidated meeting them
Not
on
at all.
stage? No.
No, man, no. We're all creatives, dude. Like I don't think I've ever really been intimidated. Not in a like I don't know that.
Like not in an afraid way, but I guess because they are the character in like, Japan, like where the source is.
Yeah, but it's like the funny thing, they're creating too.
Yeah.
Like the source is like you think about Shakespeare, right? I don't know. You could play Hamlet. Anyone in this room could play Hamlet, right? When whoever the first actor is that played Hamlet, or it's like Burbage, any of these people, it's like, was that the definitive awesome role? It's like maybe, kind of. We're dealing with the text. We're all trying to tell a story. So the story's only as relevant as the players are in the moment and what's happening. So the fact that it's also being adapted in not just Japanese and English, but like French and Portuguese and Russian and Italian, like, man, you guys, it's crazy. The fact that anime has such a far reach now in people's native languages, I think means so much more for the medium. But anyway, before I get on my soapbox about adaptation and stuff like that.
Have you met any other like I guess the Spanish voice actors of your role?
Maxime Haro, who plays French Mirio in
Oh,
My Hero
nice.
Academia. Yeah, he's like, I won't reduce him to simply YouTube, but he's a well-known YouTuber in France. And he reached out to me when we both got cast as a role, and we're like geeking out over Mirio. And he messaged me, and Maxime would respect this. He was like, Rico, I see you're doing fitness. I am, how you say, a fat boy. Can you teach me how to? And I was like, Maxime, what? And so I did a fitness video for him. I was like, English Mirio teaches French Mirio how to do, like, I was doing just fitness because I used to teach or personal train. So I gave him like some fitness classes online, and it got flagged stateside, so you can't watch it here. But in France, apparently, it's got a bunch of views because yeah, he's like very well known out there, very charismatic, fun dude. Yeah, and also Spanish for Spanish My Hero, Spanish Mirio as well. But yeah, so it's been fun, man. Yeah, it's been really cool. I don't know. I feel very giddy at the fact that it's everything so connected. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know
that's really cool to see. Like I would geek out too if I got to meet them.
something really quickly. Like, you know how people always talk about I made a realization right now. People talk about, the ancient argument of like subs and dubs. I'm like, man, so clownish. I'm like, you gotta like enjoy the material the way you enjoy it. You know what I mean? Because we're sharing a story. And I know at the heart of things, people are trying to create community. You want to commune with someone and have the same experience. That's why if I watch it in sub, I want you to have that same experience because I was moved by that, right? But if like, by the way, Spanish Dragon Ball, oh my God. Or, oh my God, German Attack on Titan? Guys, like, I'm telling you, you gotta like, there is some beautiful performances that you like will probably never see because you're like, yeah, I saw it in this. There are people doing amazing work in a variety of languages, And what's incredible is that we are in fact sharing the same story at the heart of it, which again, I'm elated for that. But it just makes me laugh because I mean, I was that kid as well, where I'm like, no, because it's subtitles and like I like it like that. But literally, the subs I'm watching are like in Russian or whatever, because that's like I had to pirate it because I couldn't afford whatever. I'm like a kid, so like yeah, it makes me happy and gladdened for what's coming in the future.
Oh yeah, same for me. Like I used to be very nitpicky, but like speaking with English voice actors, it's you and Lexi and everyone else.
Yeah,
That helped change my mind. And like I watched Demon Slayer in Arabic, and it sounds freaking amazing.
dude, that's
Oh
what I'm
my
saying.
I've always compared it to like music, where like it's generally the same thing. It's just you pick your genre of music.
Thank you, man. And there's different like I know you haven't watched Blue Lock, but there's some adaptations like what is it? I'll give you a quick example. There's a sequence where Rin, excellent player, has beat Isagi, the character I play, consistently. He cannot beat him. Literally, he's like he knows everything. He can see ahead. His vision's better. He finally, I won't spoil anything, but finally gets a one up on Rin for the first time, and he has to play like he's getting taken advantage of. And in the last second, the very last second, his character goes bop bop, and in Japanese it's deko, which is like however, but it's also diminutive. It's like it could also mean like if the way you depending on how you say it, could also mean like little child, like little boy, which is like what I mean, like little man. I'm gonna stomp on you kind of deal. Which is that's the intention. Is like I gotcha. We adapted it to we said psych, which is one syllable, right? But we need two. So I was like, gotcha. And I'm gonna try got him. Like, got him. But it's a moment from height intensity, and then it opens into this little, like musically, crescendo, horrible, and then I gotcha, right? And quiet. I begged my director, Jonathan Rigg, I'm like, can I please do one thing here? I'm gonna bend the vowel. That's all I'm gonna do. And Rigg was like, newer director at Crunchyroll at the time. He was like, dude, I believe you. Tell me, serve it up. And I went, got him. And I bent the E into the eam, which for any kind of like, American meme culture, English speaking meme culture, be like, oh my God, you said got him, right? To which for us, it resonates. And it has that gut punch that in a way for a teenager like Isagi hits, right? To me, it felt so good. Everyone like engineer, Derek was loud. We all had it like, dude, this is like, and I told him, I was like, I've been watching anime, you guys, since I've been a kid. And I'm like, I will stake my career on this. Every language, whether it's Arabic, Russian, German, Spanish, Italian, whatever it is, has certain things that the language wields the text in different ways. And if you serve it up in an honest and beautiful way that is serving the story, unforgettable. Unforgettable moments. And so I was like, this is one of those moments, you guys. And I'm like, I literally put my career on the line. Well, if you hate it, they hate it. I don't have to do this again. I'm telling you, this is right. And it lit it up. And I have actors from different languages going like, what is Gadim? Why do people like that so much? I'm like, well, it's kind of I have to explain it. I got like 3 videos I need to show you, plus like, but that's what it is. Because in some languages, a little bend of the vowel from Gadim to Gadim, something as simple as that changes the whole meaning of the word, which I think is beautiful. We don't get that a lot in English.
Yeah.
English is a cumbersome language.
And with anime being more mainstream now, like it'll reach out to people who like all the more modern slang and all of that. So
Oh, dude.
they relate to that instantly.
I'm going to like MLS games now, like doing like we did a soccer match at what is it, Crossbar? So we brought like some voice actors out and played soccer with people. Had like a mini like just yeah. By the way, exhausting. I gotta level up my lungs really bad. I do parkour and stuff, but like I'm like, ooh, running for more than 10 minutes, like at full out, chasing people? Damn. Anyway.
Well, I guess another question I had for you was for Tomo-chan, which is a series that I loved at the beginning of this year.
Oh yeah,
And
man.
I got to speak with Lexi about this too. But I wanted to hear your experience from like working with Lexi and even Sally Amaki. How was that experience like?
Oh, dude. It feels like such a sweet, beautiful gift from Caitlin Glass, who's directed me for a long time. And she's here, actually, at Anime Frontier. I love that lady. She does the most detailed work that is filled with care and love. And when I've been a lead in a few of her shows, from Gato to 100. we've worked together a lot, and I'm very familiar with her style. And she has so much care in what she does. When she cast me opposite Lexi, I remember thinking like, why? Not in a mean way, just like I'm not a young strapping lad to say, you know, I say this with respect to like my age. I just turned 40. I'm thinking to myself, man, I've been doing this for a minute. Lexi's a bit younger. I'm like, you should cast like maybe, I don't know, like age stuff, but like, you know, in that brick, but not to age myself out because I'm grateful for the work. I'm grateful for the work. But what I mean to say is the chemistry for Lexi and I, we are very good friends and our energy is very similar. And I think that in regards to casting, this is why Caitlin casts and I don't, because she could see that that energy, that playfulness, that love, that care that's there, that is very friendly, and getting to act and move around that, like I didn't even have to act, dude. Everything was just so like funny and fun and easy, and it was what a treat and a pleasure to be able to play in that world with Caitlin directing me and Lexi across the way, and imagine what it were to be like if you fell in love with your friend but you weren't sure how to navigate that. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. Yeah, honestly, dude, like a gift. I reflect on it and I kind of feel like I have to like look away from it because it gets me kind of like a little sentimental about it. But it was a real a gift. Because honestly, like Caitlin could have kept. There's so many people I feel like that for Junichiro. You know, he kind of like a coy, awkward dude. We got a lot of awkward dudes. I mean, he could have cast a lot of people. But yeah, the fact that I got to play with my friends in that way was a real gift.
No, I love how you guys promoted the show too. The prints that you and Lexi did together, like the promo shoot.
That was all Lexi. She's a creative. She's always cooking, which I guess in that way I do that too, but just a different sort of way. She's very good with photography and clever marketing ideas and things. I wouldn't even call it marketing. She just likes to create stuff, which is so beautiful. You know what I mean? It's nice to have a friend like that because that is not me. I'm more like, hey, you want to like write a song and then never post it, or do you want to play D&D and have these amazing adventures and then never talk about it again, like lightning in a bottle kind of moments? Yeah, I love being right here, dude. This is literally. I mean, granted, yes, we're recording, so you guys are watching this in future people time, but right now, this moment to me is like what it's about. So, yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, whatever you got, man.
We could start wrapping up. I know
Sure,
you got
sure.
stuff to do. And
It's an easy Friday here in Fort Worth, Texas. Yeah, and I'm out of Dallas, so literally like I'm so relaxed right now, man. Fed the cats, they're good. Got to get back there tonight, feed them. But it's a busy day in Fort Worth tonight. There's like a Christmas party, there's like a football game, there's all kinds of stuff happening. So it's gonna be a party out here.
usually I don't drive out here to Fort Worth, so like this is like the first time in a long time where I spend the weekend out here.
Yeah, you drove though?
Yeah, I drove.
Okay, cool. Are you like you're? Hopefully you don't have to drive anywhere tonight.
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend most of my day here.
Okay.
And Saturday as well.
Okay, good. I'm just saying it's gonna be, man. It's fun. It's a fun place, but if you're driving, it's kind of like San Antonio. You're like, ugh, I can't go anywhere. I'm just sitting here. Feels like LA traffic, but I'm like, why is this happening in Texas? Anyway.
I guess before we wrap everything up here,
Mm-hmm.
thank you so much for your time. And I wasn't expecting a one-on-one with you.
Dude, I mean, what a treat. When you said it, here's the thing, because we did it early enough, I was like, if we do it early, the people that actually want to roll out will, because this is going to happen, other press stuff's going to happen, more stuff. So this is literally exactly what I wanted. So I'm glad it's you and me.
Well, my hero, I wanted to end with this.
Yeah, please.
Man, like, what's your thoughts? You know, when we all see Lemillion come back.
Oh.
Your mind and all that. I know. I think we talked about reading the manga, which we won't spoil.
Yeah. All good.
What was going through your mind seeing that being animated?
Oh, dude. I mean, finally seeing it animated. I think we talked about this before. I've read ahead and I've seen like stuff way ahead of time. So I already knew like over a year and a half ago that this was going to happen. So when I had the opportunity to finally see it animated, I wasn't sure how they were going to do it, but with the cloak reveal for when he saves Burnin, I thought that was a lovely treat because the way they had it animated, the music, everything was like the chips are down, everyone's screwed. Midoriya saying to himself, like, I can't do it, I can't save him. Best Jeanist is, again, spoilers, yeah, but like, Best Jeanist is out there trying to hold it down. Literally, and I think that the name of the episode is Threads of Hope, where Lemillion pops up, and like he's Captain Clutch, dude. He's always going to show up when you need him the most. I think he's the definition of grace, like the least amount of effort at the right amount of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's there. Uh, and very smart because when he fights the Nomu, he's like, wow, these guys are really powerful. I know what I need to do. Help! Calls for help because literally, like he knows what he's about. You know what I mean? He knows how much power he has. Power, literally. But I think it's very well done. Do you read the manga? Are
Yes,
you?
I'm
Me
also
too.
caught up.
I'm caught up too. So it's
That's why I don't want to talk too much.
It's-
We both know what's
yes,
going on.
yes. So I am excited though, man. I think given like the state of the world with all of the hero content, you know, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, The Boys, Invincible, we got so many hero things out there that are so exciting to watch, and My Hero Academia is no exception. You know that serves up that heroic universe. I'm so curious about how Horikoshi's gonna end it, man. Like how he's gonna find a way to pull it all together. I have utmost faith and confidence, but I also we were talking about this earlier, how different art finds us. I think it's interesting how so many people nowadays really seek that out, that want to find like that inside of them. I think that's why My Hero Academia speaks to a lot of people, is because you're finding like what's special inside of you, kind of. It's it's really beautiful, man. I'm wondering. I really am curious how it's going to end, though. Man, I want to talk about. I don't want to like spoil anything, but I do. I'm just gonna throw. Okay, I'm just gonna throw something out there, and I'll say this because my buddy Kellen Goff, we've talked about this, but Shigaraki Redemption, maybe, or I'm sorry, not Shigaraki. Forget Overhaul Redemption arc, or not arc, but Overhaul Redemption? Question mark. Anyway,
And
I'll just say that.
shameless plug, I am speaking with Kellen pretty soon.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Please tell him. Yeah, Rico said, can we talk about, question from Ricco Fajardo. Well, how do you think, if it were to happen, an overhaul redemption sequence? Remember, he's the only guy who can put things back together. Anyway, yeah. I literally could, yeah, we'll talk about it off camera.
Well, thank you, man. Like, and thank you, Evie, and for setting all this up, man. This is awesome.
Dude, thank you for rolling out. Yeah, this is a nice way to kick it off, especially I've been kind of a slow morning. When you live in the area where the convention's at, I'm literally like, making coffee in the morning, I'm like, I can get there whenever, versus like Anime NYC where I'm like super prepared, have all my stuff good to go. I'm prepared still here, but like I'm just kind of like a little more like taking it the slow Southern style since we're out here in Texas. But yeah, man, thank you.